the hell is that? That's the chief.
He was a stranger. He walked in looking for danger. When he stares at you, he can train you down and make you fall in love. Heaven knows it. They made him out of fire and roses with an attitude, but he's sweet enough to put him on your tongue. He can be everything you've ever dreamed. Ooh, Mr. Electric Blue, I wanna dance like you. How did you get so cool? And oh, you got electric soul. You let the good times roll, Mr. Electric Blue. They say that he fell from space or some supernatural place, Mr. Electric Blue. I know I believe in you. He's a man's man, a good, hard-working American, but he ain't the guy you'd want.
Hello and welcome back once again, my friends, pioneers of werewolves, divergence, and glitches, Spartans. Let's go. Let's rise today. It is our day. Certainly hope you're all doing well. Lisa Cleveland in the house. Oh Lord, we've missed you so much, dear. Certainly hope that you are doing well. Glad to see that you're making it out tonight to go over that incredible content and knowledge that we share. Thank you, dear. I appreciate those kind words. Sending you again abundance, love, gratitude, and everything that you need in your life right now is coming to you. So, my friends, my loved ones, here we are. The 1 year anniversary of hitting $117,000 tied to Bitcoin, giving us that same 117, the Master Chief 117 that others have called me for several years, the Master Chief of Crypto, Donald Trump, the White House deeming him, well, the Master Chief of America, and the numerology of Bitcoin price discovery, giving us that same 117 where we saw last year, lead us to that 117 and 126K that we were mapping out all year long while the rest of the world felt like they were guessing. And it's all in the astrology, it's all in the code, it's all in the numerology and the ancient astro-theological teachings that we teach from an ancient prehistoric world. Okay? Because I'm a Martian. Let us pray, I'll behave. But having fun today. Cheers, pioneers. Lifting a glass to you all. We did it. We're here. Last year, this was Crypto Week. The first ever Crypto Week under the first ever pro-crypto president looking to make America the crypto capital of the world. While the rest of the world called us fools. We're still part of a small niche and class of individuals heading into the future. 7 to 10% of the world, 7 to 11% of the world know about crypto. So cheers, pioneers. Tonight's to you. To the journey we've been here making together, and the history that they'll never be able to take from us as pioneers of this new age. So, a little Moscato, if you don't mind. But, I don't drink often, but, a toast to you all. Skål to my fellow pioneers. So, today's a special day. Last year, when we were at that June-July time period, we were releasing a copyrighted, trademarked, historical finding, something never shared with the crypto space before, which was our findings on Uranus station in retrograde, giving us the last almost 17 years of Bitcoin's highs and lows in the bull market, bear market, coming during that astrological time period and importance. Uranus being the god of all things technological, and crypto being a digital asset, a technological form of monetary payment and monetary value, monetary wealth. A new era, that fourth industrial revolution we've been speaking about. And so when we were releasing that, we were speaking about this time period this year, America's 250th birthday. Trump turning 80 years old, the Illuminati having its 250th birthday, etc., etc. But I didn't forget about Pioneer Day coming up on 7/24 at the end of the month. I teach you guys the pioneers. I haven't forgot about World Emoji Day on the 17th, when we're going to have 6 planets aligning in the sky. That 6 code that I've been on all year long. As I turn 36, that 666. Seeing those 60K lows that we've seen not once, not twice, but 3 times in the world. I may never know what happens next. I ain't forgot about last year's first ever crypto week, making this the 1-year anniversary of that, where we hit that 117K Bitcoin last year today. We decoded that in advance in classes for you all off of this Elon Musk post that came 3 years, 21 days in advance. 3, 2, 1, run. This was all coming out of that lows that we saw last year during cherry blossom season, where we planted our seed into that bull flag, Memorial Day, May Day type of energy that led into that Independence 7/11 rally last year. And yes, then Bitcoin pretty much solely almost went on to continue to hit highs into October, heading into its birthday, just like our thesis teaches. And hitting that 126K again, all numerically tied. While the rest of the market saw perpetual downside, things like XRP for the last 358 days since 7/14 last year, the end of crypto week. And now here we are seeing this Independence Day, Memorial Day, Trump's birthday of Flag Day, in this large, long time, multiple year falling wedge, bull pennant, bull flag, 68% mathematical chance we break out to the upside and bank. And now we're seeing a breakout of that and a back test as of now for things like XRP, Bitcoin, seeing the same exact thing reaching to the top of that bull flag, bull pennant, falling wedge right now, coming out of that Independence Day, out of those Memorial Day sales, that May Day, right? Those lower time frame, like the 2-hour M patterns in May that we saw, right? Double tops, May Day, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, that sell-off into those June bug, carcinogenic July lows, midsummer lows. It's repetitive for years, and I've been teaching it. And I'm going to keep preaching it. It's not popular yet, you know. It's continued to work for me for 6 years teaching, 12 years noticing. And so when we look back at that July crypto week, buy the rumor, sell the news event time period that we were teaching about, extreme greed. And now we've been stuck in extreme fear since October of last year. And I put my creditability on the line so many times, like in advance last year, when we came out in May of 2025, and we don't want to boost, maybe later, not. We do it all from the grassroots. We don't pay for subs. We don't pay for bots and likes or shares, none of that. Anyway, when I came out last year in May and I said I always dreamed that it was all of us standing here together at this peak, when we were hitting that first ever $107,000 Bitcoin, after that April low, setting that seed, boom, coming up in the back end of 107K. We hadn't even hit 111,000 for the first time yet. So when we came out here and we put our credibility, our popularity on the line to map out that first ever 117K together as the Master Chief of Crypto, numerically tied. Not only the Bitcoin, not only to the Halo Master Chief code that they've given to the world, but to my birthday. Born on April 26th, the 117th day of the year, every leap year, every election year, I am the Master Chief. It was just coded in me. And I'm coming out, and I believe I'm putting my credibility, my popularity, my livelihood on the line again. Chips all in, cards on the table. And we ain't have pocket aces. Working 2 jobs, only parent, homeschooling his son. Teaching pioneers all around the world. And not another market analyst, economist, broker, banker, politician, Nancy Pelosi, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Donald Trump has ever done what I have done. Little old me, trailer park kid, white trash, high school dropout, single dad, convicted felon, whatever nomenclature they gave me. We're here to make history again this year. We've been on a flawless rate for 6 years, since August 18, 2021, when we called 69K 2 months in advance, then turned around and gave 15K for a year, then preached short squeeze to 64K, and then mapped 74K out, back to 47, back to 107, 111K, back to 126 after hitting that first ever 117, and we just gave you the 60K lows. And I'm still claiming that we're going to see that 160K, all tied to the history and the journey that we've been on, all together, all tied to the Master Chief's name. Turning that lead into gold. Hitting those golden pockets of these higher targets at that 138, that 1618, from those October lows down to these November scripted sell-offs that we saw in the 47th week of the year, down 47K under the 47th president. We lost 47,000 in exactly 47 days into the 47th week of the year. And that gave us a new 1618 at that 160K. And if we were to adjust that to this day, to our most recent 60K lows, it would take us even into that 204K range, like cryptocurrency giving us that 204 in numerology. But still mapping out that first ever 160K, 174K Bitcoin that we've been sharing since 2022. In this massive fourth correction wave of an Elliott wave pattern theory impulsive wave to the upside over a multiple 7-year trend. So again, cryptocurrency 204. That 173 we're seeing in Bitcoin, BTC 173. And here we fall today on 7/11. The day leaving 173 days left in the year. So let's continue to break down the importance of this decode, the importance of our journey here together that we're sharing tonight with you all. If we go from the name, the start, the heart of my thesis, cherry blossom season, and the start of that, March 25th into the 26th of this year into April 10th, we see that was 107 days ago today. Tied to the pioneers that I teach here, tied to the Master Chief, that treasure, that currency that we speak about, that knowledge, that gnosis. Your mindset is your greatest asset. You are the currency, right? Tied to Donald Trump as the Master Chief, giving us that same 107. Very unique. We also see that if we were to go from today to the 1-year anniversary of hitting that 126K high for Bitcoin, we see it's 107 days away going forward. So going forward to the 1-year anniversary of 126K, as Bitcoin gets ready to turn 18 years old this year, and going backwards to the start of my heart of my thesis that we've been sharing for years, that got us to this point today. Donald Trump is the Master Chief, also giving you that 126. Okay? Some say April is the first month of the year. That would make my birthday 126. Every 4 years being the 117th day of the year, what they tell us, you know? Okay? So, very unique, very powerful. If we go to my birthday from today, where I turned 36, that 666 code we've been on all year, tied to, you know, some of the most flawless technical analysis work I've done, right? Activating that third eye, right? Using that left eye of Horus, right? I'll behave. But you see, that was 10 weeks and 6 days ago. Or if you add today as the end day, it would be 10 weeks and 7 days. Really 11 weeks, but 10 weeks and 7 days. The 107 Master Chief Code. I live, I breathe, I eat, I sleep. Everything I preach and teach. I poured it all out for free, pioneers. While going a grand total of about $292,000 in debt. So as we sit here today and we get ready to potentially watch a rally that we've been mapping out, because hey Sophie, who's your favorite trader? That banger. That Coach Aber. We're getting ready to potentially squeeze on the 2-hour time frame after setting bullish divergences on the daily time frame. Potentially setting and starting to set bullish engulfings on the weekly time frame. Breaking back above that 62 carcinogenic midsummer bear market bottom lows. 1 year from the extreme greed highs of that 7-11 date. We could potentially be getting ready to break that mark of the beast, that 666, number of a man. And the lows that we've been mapping out for you since October 6th. And Trump's November 2nd, 11/2, 60-minute interview prior to Super Bowl 60 that we saw in the 6th week of this year, where we got those 60K lows on 2/6 this year, the 2/6 year, where we hit this 60K again recently right here in the 26th week of the year, all tied to Stitch. As we get ready to potentially see coming out of today, potentially today, that 71,171, 71,100 again. A range we've been teaching for several months here. One we knew we didn't want to lose, or it was back to 60K, 66,600. And we know what happens if we lose 63K. That 322 EMA, that 223 EMA, that Brotherhood of Death range. Murder. 63 the mirror, 36 Coach's Abe, that 3/6 code. So we want to continue to watch that midsummer carcinogenic bear trap of the June bug thesis out of these bull flags, these bull pennants, these fallen wedges that lead to, well, higher progression out of these extreme lows and extreme fearful moments. Be greedy when everyone's fearful. Buy the blood in the streets. Potentially giving us that same Independence Day rally we've seen mapped out historically out of these time periods. Volatility's coming either way. It's right here, it's right now as we head into the 21st, 22nd, that pi day. 722, 22 divided by 7, 3.14 pi, the mathematical constant in full circle. That Leo the Lion's Gate energy. And you can either be courageous or you can be cowardly as we transition into Leo the Lion. I know which one I'm gonna be. I know which one I gotta be. I hope you're paying attention to the things we've been teaching and bleeding and sweating and crying tears for. I hope it's been bleeding into your hearts and souls, into your minds in these classes, in this Discord, and everything that we've shared on the website, the YouTube videos. I mean, just the other day, I shared a video from my YouTube on 7/9, that golden day. Hey, you, stay golden, pony boy. And again, it called so many technical ranges. 107, 108. That first ever $111,000 Bitcoin that we had seen, because we were topped out at 109K on the Trump inauguration, right? And so, if you were to go, dashboard, let's just go. I don't want to be in the studio. I just want to be on my channel. If you just go and look at this last year Stay Golden right here, hey, you Stay Golden Pony Boy video, and just watch it. I think it could still change your life today. The value, the knowledge, the gnosis that we shared, like Lisa Cleveland said at the beginning of this video, and man, talk about changing a life, you know, and the history we made in this video. Then that Master Chief Special Agent tribute we did last year to this day, hitting that 117K together, right? And so it's amazing, pioneers, you know. Again, the journey that we've been on, and we've been able to map out together, and while the rest of the world was guessing and claiming that they knew it all, what do we see moving forward is gonna be interesting. Like I said, coming out of this July time period, getting very volatile, right? $109 for XRP again. I would love to. I'm telling you, about to throw $589 in it. I'll behave. But let's get back to this chart, the one we've been mapping out together right here. You know, today's where it matters. I think that pivot point, like I've been breaking down and sharing, as we inch closer to Uranus station in retrograde, right? Let's get to a clean one. Okay, so on 9/11, 9/10 this year, we got Uranus transitioning into retrograde, which is 8 weeks and 6 days away. That 86 code, murder, 86 the markets. We don't want to lose 63K right here. It can get ugly. That July trigger event heading into the next several days of this month is going to be very, very important to pay attention to. But that's 62 days away in the 2-6 year, pioneers, from Uranus stationing back in retrograde. And we're either going to be at extreme market lows like history has always showed for 17 years. I'm the only one to map it out with the world to share this with you. Or we're going to spend the next 62 days climbing out of these 60K, 62K lows and climbing into new euphoric all-time highs, into a potentially market euphoria high of a fifth wave that no one is ready for. Okay? Or maybe it takes a little bit longer into 2027, but it's going to be Uranus stationed into retrograde between September and February 6th of next year. That 27 day to the 27 year coming up next year. Right? That World Monarch Day of next year when we end Uranus in retrograde. Damn. You know, hitting those World Monarch 60K Day, World Monarch Day 60K lows that we hit this year, that we were mapping out with you all in advance. Like I said, Master Chief of Crypto, coming out of Trump's 60K interview in the 6th week of this year, the 2/6 day to the 2/6 year, hitting 60K after losing 66,600 that we were mapping out in advance. As we heading into watching Super Bowl 60, if I didn't already say that, you know, but very beautiful and irrefutable. So coming up on that day next year is the day we exit Uranus retrograde and station direct back into the 6th. Did you do it again, coach? We done did it again, pioneers. And we'll continue to watch the rest of the world fool around and try and guess until March of next year. Potentially a 7-year rally from extreme lows in 2020 to potentially extreme highs come cherry blossom season. Our thesis in 2027, a 7-year rally that we've been mapping out, that others I feel have plagiarized, even after interviews we have done with them back in 2024. So I'm gonna, go ahead and hide the video camera, so in case anything in the bottom corner has been hidden, as we continue to hang out tonight and talk about this, you'll continue to see possibly anything you missed. Sorry, I had to take a quick drink of my wine. Just getting a little parched. But again, as we head into World Emoji Day, July 17th, the 6th planet alignment we're going to see in the sky with Neptune and Uranus, the gods of technological and all things crypto and all things currency. Oh, man. At the tippity top of that alignment, it's going to be unique. And July 15th, a lot of rumor about the DTCC and a Ripple Prime launch in partnership with this potential XRP following out of this 360-day falling wedge and perpetual sideways and down price action short squeeze. I mean, you did say short squeeze. You're fucked, buddy. And from now to the 13th and the 17th, everybody's talking about a Senate floor vote on the Clarity Act, which could come in extreme lows like a bear market bottom that we've been at. 1 year anniversary of those extreme market greed and highs that we made history making together, pioneers. And so, you got a lot of rumors and news and, well, technicals and astrological alignments lining up because, I mean, they're saying, this crescent moon tonight will be right on top of this Palladius star cluster thing, you know what I'm talking about? And, well, of course, that's the 7 sisters of Pallades. And many times it's been connected with the 7 churches of Revelation, right? In the Bible. And it's, making us wonder as well, the Creator sending us a message at this time here with this 7-11, because, well, What do we know about 7-Eleven when it comes to the biblical references? Oh, there were 777 original Bibles. Huh. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Each book being its own Bible. 777 original books. Right? They removed 711 of them, leaving us 66 books in the Bible. People believe there's only 77 books in the Bible, but they forget there's 700 more. That biblical 777 code they tell you in the 66 books of the Bible. They removed the 711 of them because it described the story of humanity. Which is why you think people ain't humane no more. Fuck out of here. And they kept you, they gave you the books of deception. That 6-6 code. And this 2-6 year. The year of God, we told you it was, right? So today, on World Population Day, I was wondering, did we see an event? Very similar to that 9/11, 7/11, September 2001 event we saw, where we saw one tower, the two towers fall, and then Tower 7 fall, that 117 September being Septem 11, 7/11, 117 event that we saw. Do we see another one? Like we've been mapping out in all the decodes that, we've been sharing all year long. Since Super Bowl 60. That panic, that chaos code that they've been showing us. Non-stop. So, it wasn't Coach A doing this. We were just following the code. We were preparing for it in advance. We were teaching it in advance, but we've been seeing it. While we still map out this potential euphoria and climb out of these lows in the market, while the rest of the world is left behind chasing green candles in the end? Or do we have just a little bit more go to the downside? And does it come out of a time period like now? 7/11, 7/15, right? 7/13. 2-year anniversary of Trump and his head wound. But again, with the World Cup being played right now, that's kind of one of the biggest clues as to why this is a very important time period, seeing the narrative that we've been seeing pushed during these time periods. So as we find out who's going to join, dang. God candle? What? Hold on. I had to check out the battle. Huh. Sellers are winning right now. The sellers are winning right now, but anyway. Dang, where'd my World Cup go? So with the World Cup bracket, we now see France, Spain, England, and who is going to advance? Lionel Messi, the Messiah. Will he advance? Or will Switzerland and their rich ties to, finance, will they advance? Richest country in the world. That's just simply how I just always recognize them as that, man. Alright, now, anyways. What you know about Swiss bank accounts? I'll behave. But anyways, so got one more match fixing to take place in 9 minutes. My boy Erling went down, man. You guys, man, that was my boy, dude, too. And it's like coming to America vibe, but I really felt like, we weren't gonna see two red, white, and blue teams in there, and I really felt like France had a very strong chance. Okay. Of making it. Shout out Roy Moore. You've been on the two. You've spoken about that path of eclipse. You've spoken about these French and these Spanish teams. La Roja. And we'll see what happens. Not surprised to see England there, though. That Hurricane. They were playing, Harry Kane. I mean, he plays for England, dude. They were playing in the Miami Stadium, dude. Hurricane. You had the Miami Hurricanes in the college football playoffs. They lost to Indiana, the Hoosiers, those misfits, right? So, I kind of felt like Mr. Kane, who killed Abel, had a chance to make it there, you know what I'm saying? And so we'll see if it's Harry Kane versus Lionel Messi or this Switzerland team. But I mean, damn, dude. Anyway, Switzerland was just shut out by Colombia, okay? And they barely got by Ghana. So, I don't really see it being much of a matchup, but I'll behave. I got Argentina advancing tonight, and that will be your final four, and then we will go from there. Okay, the Blues versus the Reds, and then England versus Argentina is probably what we're gonna see. So, but anyways, irrelevant. Check the chat out real quick, see if we got anybody still in there viewing, but hopefully doing good. All right. Good deal. I'm just still waiting to hopefully make potentially life-changing wealth off of short squeeze and XRP and being in it since 13 and 17 cents in a generational life legacy wealth fund that I'm trying to build while working 2 jobs and struggling to get by, but hopefully maybe one day by 47 making Forbes 47 covers. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's 11 years, anything can happen. We got a chance maybe, but we shall see. My biggest thing, man, it was I wanted to come out and celebrate with you guys today, and spend a little time with y'all, do a little live with y'all. While I believe the rest of the market's going to continue to guess until October and September, while we're mapping out this year in this retrograde historical find together and have nailed these market calls. While the James wins and GG33s and BCBs and bearable bulls and aboves and belows try to, claim they've got it all figured out. And it's just funny because I'm just sitting here working 2 jobs, giving my stuff away for free because I feel like the history I've made and the flawless execution rate that I've been since August of last year, really making history. And then August 18th, 2020, really, truly, nobody's done what I've done. So it's hard for me to feel like how could I put a price on that? And then for someone to then, like if I put a price on something and so if someone were to ever say they felt like they didn't gain anything or obtain any value, then, I wouldn't even know how to feel about that, This thesis has changed my life. I've witnessed it change multiple others' lives, and, I truly believe it's still just us beginning this journey together and getting started on, a long a long road, you know. So July 11th, 7/11 for me, and you know, it's far more than just another day on the calendar for us here in this community, you know. And today marks, like I said, the 1 full year since Bitcoin reached that first ever $117,000 Bitcoin right back here, you know, at these round distributional tops at this 1618. As we were teaching about that 128K sell wall that we were approaching, we were targeting 126, 128. We came 1.37% away. That's the 33rd mathematical prime, you know, from hitting that sell wall. And so mapping out a first in history together, and then calling the double top the top, you know, and a milestone that many believed was possibly impossible, or still believe wasn't real, that we didn't do it, you know. We just claim it, you know what I'm saying. And it happened, you know, long before the headlines it happened, before the excitement it happened, before the crowd arrived it happened, because we stood together here in this class, in this Discord, on our website, and these YouTube channels, and other people's Discords getting banned and stripped of our First Amendment, and we stood together in the Matrix, sharing it, just our thoughts, ideas, opinions, but not unfounded professional technical analysis and astrological numerical connections that we had discovered. Hard work. Put our convictions, our credibility, like I said earlier, and our research on the line, you know. And I even watched my own pioneers doubt my path at times, you know. We were able to all get back in line together and stay sturdy while we studied and prepared, you know, and trust the process. But it's just sibling rivalry, I get that, you know. Chaotic market turns, look at what we've seen. And so as I reflect on this day today, this anniversary, I reflect on my own journey, man. Years of hard work, but years ago, when I started all this, fresh out of prison, 2016, October 7th, that Master Chief Day, right? And when I started all this, I never imagined I would be named by another man's community the Master Chief of Crypto. An honor, a privilege. A title I decided to own. But one I knew that was never about being above anyone else. It just simply became a symbol of leadership that I wore on my chest. Through the battles, through the bear markets, the uncertainty, the fear, and all the countless hours of no sleep, you know, researching and teaching and standing beside this community, because we know it's very small and most of the world's against us. But all that tested us and challenged us allowing us to strengthen our conviction together. We built something much larger than market predictions, pioneers. We built a family. La Familia. Willing to think outside the box and independently and differently, and especially when it matters the most. So this year's 7-11, today, this anniversary, it carries a greater historical significance. Not just as a one-year anniversary of a first for Bitcoin and its existence and us mapping that out together, and experiencing an anniversary of the first annual crypto week, and America's first ever annual crypto president, with his express goal to make America the crypto capital of the world. Regardless of any of that, this year's anniversary carries with me a celebration of a milestone we completed together. And from the beginning, you know, in my thesis, July, it has occupied a special place within my heart, you know, in my long-term market thesis. And just years of discovering importance about myself, coming out of what seemed to always be a hard, tough June in my life, and to then see the seasons change and watch the markets flow with it during this June bug July time period as well, and bring us here today. Looking ahead, our journey, it remains packed with so many more milestones within our framework. So whatever unfolds, expected, unexpected, guaranteed, never certain, whatever, what has always mattered is most to me is having that framework. My pioneers, my family, you guys. I believe we're being called again to stand above the crowd and stand alone and pave the way once again for the world to get the flowers we deserve. Here's to another year of history together, pioneers.
One less demon chasing me. Yeah, 3 a.m. at a red light, middle of nowhere.
Let's see what that game is.
Neon from the liquor store keeps shining down. Got my hands on the wheel, got my
I was looking to see if maybe a number 7, a number 11 player scored in these games, or maybe if a 7-minute or 11-minute point was scored, some kind of 7-11 significance with this stuff. But you also have the Conor McGregor fight tonight. That's been a big thing. Whatever. Also, after looking at all that, and decoding a little bit of it, it didn't take me long to really figure out why we were seeing that. But yeah, just ready to see that fourth and final team in the semifinals. But of course, this one being played in Kansas City, Missouri, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. So you really need to pay attention to the significance of the red Switzerland team right here matching the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not important, but it's a red versus blue alchemy scheme that I've been teaching about in this entire breakdown of this World Cup picture of the World Economics magazine cover. You have the red football player, La Roja, okay, and Spain, right? That's my guy. They went down today. They just lost. But you have the red, white, and blue. America's 250. It's all red, white, and blue. White backdrop, red and blue. You get it? But La Roja, La Roja, however you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? But boom, kicking the soccer ball. Okay, red and blue. Alchemy, dude. They're showing it to you. Red, white, and blue. But got the black in there. Red, white, black, blue. Anyway, you do the math. But we've been breaking this down as America's 250. So you had to pay attention to the full picture, the red, white, and blue. This is the Saturn square. Very Saturnian right here. But yeah, man. So ready to see who advances right here. Probably gonna get ready to wind this. Probably get ready to wind this 7-11 video down, and as we get ready to continue to watch this long setup that we were giving you pioneers, potentially into this fourth wave 223-322 EMA again before continuing into that. I'm sorry, removing that $71,100 range. Coming out of 7-11. So who knows? But we know if we lose 63K, 62K, we're potentially gonna, start scalping and shorten the market. If not, then we're looking to continue to buy, enter, long the market right here for potential return to that 74K independence rally coming out of America's birthday. Hey Sophie, who's your favorite trader day? Okay, that's gonna be that pioneer day of 7/24/2026 this year, right? Okay, so that's what we're paying attention to with the thesis here. So alright, you guys. So what a banger in the making that we've been mapping out. So I love you all, and this third wave could still end up here, and then mapped out the fourth wave more. I'd had it there to begin with. I kind of was adjusting it earlier to see what happened. So we'll just have to continue to keep an eye on that. But Coach Abe signing out on this one, Pioneers. Take care. Have a blessed one. Pioneers rise. Build your fortress. Build your legacy. Let's go.